Hello traders, Gary Wagner here. It is 11:45 in Honolulu, 4:45 in New York on Wednesday, 22nd day of November, 2023, and this is the daily report for gold and silver. Traders, gold is lower today by about $8.40. This bases the most active February contract. As of recording, just before 5 o'clock in New York, we have gold at $2,012.10, a decline of 4.2%. Today's move is really based upon dollar strength. You can see that the dollar is currently trading up about 0.36%, which accounts for the vast majority of today's decline in gold. This first chart, of course, is a daily chart of February gold. We can note the bottom that came in back on the 13th of November when gold traded as low as approximately $1,955. What has happened since then is we had a solid move above 2,000, trading to a high of 2030 just yesterday, with today's decline of just over $8. When we look at the candle size, we can easily say that this is the largest daily decline since the lows that we saw back on the 13th of November. We did send out a trade alert to raise stops. Our stop was sitting at 1970. It was the initial stop of our February long gold position that we entered at approximately $1,988. We moved it to $2,009.30, and we did move it after the low was reached today, which came in at $2,008.30. The reason for raising the stop so tightly is we have seen years in the past in which traders in London have used the absence of U.S. and Canadian traders to really sell the market hard and take it down substantially, only to see it recover right after the extended holiday weekend. If that does occur this year, I certainly want to be able to pull profits. I am hoping that we are not stopped out, but we could easily be stopped out. If that's the case, we entered the trade at $1,988. We exited at $2,009 for a nice profit on the trade. If that occurs, I still remain exceedingly bullish, and I believe that throughout the remainder of the year as well as into next year, once we see it return to an upward path, or if we see it continue on this upward path, the next level that we want to see how it reacts comes in at around 2040, because that is a double top, the first top occurring in June and the second top occurring at the end of October. So I think we could easily challenge that. If we take this out on a sustained closing basis, the next real level that we want to look at is $2,080, and that is based upon this top, and this top came in about mid-April. And if we see a tremendous rally, the absolute record high in this contract month comes in just around $2,100 an ounce. It is based on this top that came in during May of this year. We are looking at an extremely short-term candlestick chart in which each candle represents 15 minutes in trading. We did send out a trade alert, as I just mentioned, to move our initial stop, which was at $1,970.40 to $2,009.30, and that is after this low had occurred at 2008 and change. In other words, this area, we can see that trading has slowed down. We're going into the break. It will reopen in Globex in Australia at 6 o'clock in New York, about an hour from time of this recording. And if we manage to stay long, we will continue to monitor the market, but we have locked in profits if in fact we see gold trade lower. I think that any sort of dip would be shallow because there is still the geopolitical turmoil in both Russia as well as the Middle East, And the new added feature is that the expectations are that the Federal Reserve, at least for now, will continue to pause rates and, in fact, might have concluded the interest rate hike cycle. Of course, that is data dependent. So as new inflationary reports come out, that will either solidify that assumption or make the Fed pivot to one more rate hike before they end the rate hike cycle. In terms of rate cuts, no one is really looking for any kind of rate cut till at least the second quarter of next year. However, nothing is etched in stone, and we'll have to play this month by month as data does emerge. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you, as always, good trading. For those in the United States and Canada, I wish to extend a happy Thanksgiving, and to all our viewers to be thankful for what we have. We'll talk to you after the extended weekend. Bye-bye.